Write that on your study guide, page 448A. The reason is because it says if a line is parallel to one side of a triangle, it splits the other two sides proportionally. Please stop talking. Now, are these two sides parallel? Because that's what that triangle means, right? So that means that we would set up our proportions. Now, what would we put 24 with?
X.
And we would set it up as 24 divided by x equals.
30 over 10.
It's not over.
30.
It's not over.
10, 30.
30 divided by 10. How would we solve that?
We would cross multiply.
Do it.
If you don't know.
I did it wrong.
How did you do yours?
I did x over 10.
It's not over.
Or x divided by 10. Oh, no, I didn't do it wrong. Well, I did it upside down.
Doesn't matter how you set it up. If you do, no, yeah, it does. It's just a bigger number.
You didn't have to do x minus 33. You should have done 11 minus 33 and got 22.
Did you see what I was saying?
Yes.
Is it okay with the decimal?
And this isn't going to be a decimal.
Oh, not that one. Okay, fine, that one.
But yes, you may get a decimal. You thought she was talking about number 1? You stay confused. Alright, number 2. It gives us x and x plus 12, and then it gives us 11, but it gives us this entire side length. So how could we find this side length right here? If this whole thing is 33 and this is 11 and we take it away, what mathematical operation is take away? So 33 minus 11 is? Okay, so we would set it up as what? Yes, honey, set it up for me.
X plus 12.
X divided by x plus 12, and then you do 11 divided by 22. And then you cross multiply.
Good. Work it out.
Oh, no. Walk it out.
This one, I don't think so.
No, it's.
Did you distribute on this one?
I know I did. I didn't do 11 times.
Okay. Alright, so now that we've set up 1 and 2, how would we set up number 3?
X divided by 10 equals x plus, never mind. Sorry, I keep doing it backwards.
Set up your sides. Those are proportional. It tells you that the sides are proportional. So you would do x divided by what?
X divided by x plus 10.
And we would set that equal. If we start with x here, we have to start with 10 here.
If I do it backwards on the test, will I get a, will you mark it off wrong?
If you don't get the correct answer, yes.
Well, if I get the correct answer.
How would you set it up that is backwards?
I did x divided by 10 and then x plus 10 divided by 30.
That's fine.
Okay, so I'm not going to get marked off.
No, that's fine. Because those are also proportional. When you cross multiply, you'll still get the same thing.
Do you usually start with the small one?
Yeah.
Are you supposed to get a decimal?
Not on this one, I don't think. I think you get 5 on this one. Alright, 4, 5, and 6 are page 48B. So if you haven't done those, go to page 48B, look at how to do it, and work those out.
Is our test tomorrow?
No, I decided.
No. Why would I give you
That's the notebook.
the notebook test is next week? Stop doing that. Stop doing that. Stop doing that. Keep going. The one that looks like parallel lines. There you go. You didn't take those notes. Those are on the video.
Oh, yeah.
All right, now for number 4. Well, it tells you that these are all parallel. Blah, blah, blah. These are parallel. These are congruent. So if it cuts it into congruent parts here, and it's parallel, wouldn't it cut this into congruent parts? So what if we would have a 2 tickies and 2 tickies and 2 tickies? So what could we do with those parts? This means that these are congruent. So set them equal. And you get a point because you said it.
Wait, what? Okay.
I'll give the kid 15 points.
What I said earlier.
What about your answer?
Okay. I'm sorry, what?
What about your 12?
You could set 2x minus 6 equal to 12. Yes.
That's all you do?
For this? Yeah, and solve it. It's not. This is some motivational morning thing on Spotify. Not morning, like sun coming up morning.
That's EDM.
Yeah, because I figured it was more than it, but I don't want, if I'm bored, I don't want to listen to it.
All right, now for number 5, how would I set this up?
5 through 6.
It's not over.
Divided by
Y
Over
Okay, but I'll put it right there. Y plus 3 divided by 32.
Okay. Now on number 6 rather, what do those tickies mean for the 2x plus 4 and the 3x minus 1? So what would you do?
7 equal.
Now if these are congruent, doesn't it mean that these are congruent?
No.
Yes.
Oh.
So you would do 2x plus 4 equals 3x minus 1 and then set these equal. 3y equals 2y plus 2.
Oh yeah, because it's okay.
Yeah, because they're parallel, so they didn't change in the way that they're running.
You do the same thing with this.
Wait.
Miss Asbury, I did 16 divided by 32.
Is that it? That's how you want to say it?
Yes, that'll be the same thing because you'll still cross multiply the same way. Yes. Which one? I would solve them for x.
Is that all you're saying?
Yeah, just solve for x and solve for y.
Oh, okay.
Because our whole goal in math is to find x and y, right?
Yes, ma'am.
That's it. Hey Raven, when you're done with your problem, will you hit the button with the house with the person in it?
Figure out how to go here every day.
number 2.
To get what? No.
On the first one, we solved it?
For number 2,
Yeah.
you distribute and you get 11x
Yeah, I know. Talking about for the answer.
plus what?
11x plus 12.
No, what's 11 times 12?
Oh,
Oh,
that's
that's 12. I thought
132.
they said 22.
132.
Never mind.
That's one.
Oh.
I have a question about 7.
I lied.
Wait, and let's make sure we're all on the same page for 1 through 6.
I like it.
Are we all on the same page for 1 through 6?
No.
Okay, take a moment, fix what you need to fix. If you need to go back and distribute something, or if you need me to work something out completely so you can check it, tell me.
Number 6.
You're just solving for x.
Number 4.
Yeah, you just subtract 2y.
How you supposed to solve number 4?
You solve for x.
I did it wrong.
This is just an equation. So you're trying to get your x's together and get your constants across. That's it. We're solving equations.
11
What one do you need me to look at?
For 9, you do decimal.
Yes.
And then for 7, does it matter if the 6 is on the other side of the 9?
Yes.
It does matter? But would it still be the same, like x divided
12 divided by x equals 9 divided by 6.
12 divided by 8.
Yes.
On this one? I have to do this? Can I just do that? Because I got the same answer.
That's fine.
So I can't do it like that?
Yes.
Okay, just making sure.
Yeah, as long as your proportion ends up multiplying out the same way as mine, then that's fine. So if you wanted to swap these two, it's the same thing.
Okay.
All right, we ready for 7?
No. I'm on number 5.
When you distribute,
Which one?
on number 3, you distribute 10 and
Yes.
and then you get 100. And then you divide 100 by 30.
Right? Subtract your 10x, then divide by 20. You're missing, you jump this step every time. Don't jump your steps.
Alright, so you solve for y.
Right there.
I mean, x on 6.
Yes.
How do I do that?
It's solving.
Oh, never mind. I got it. I thought like both of them are all together. So now I can-
Two separate ones.
Yeah. Guess what?
Stop irritating each other. Stop irritating me.
I'm not talking about Riley, I'm Tyler.
Oh, I thought you said Riley. Stop irritating me. Stop irritating her. Yes. Yes. All right, number 7. This is your angle bisector, which is page 48C.
No,
I like this. This is fun.
I like it too.
Good. I'm glad. But really not. You still have to do all the math. I'm not, and I'm making you do the first part with me. So what matches up with 12 in this triangle? Okay, so I would do 12 divided by x
12.
equals what?
9 divided by 6.
Good. Over here for number 8, how would I set that up?
X divided by 20 and then 18 by
So,
30.
do the bigger triangles come first?
It doesn't have to.
So, but what if you get x over 12?
It's not over anything.
What if you get x 12?
It's not x12. We're not old ladies playing bingo.
Weird. I don't get it.
I like bingo.
But I'm saying like, that's why I'm asking you the big triangles to go first.
If you did x divided by 12, you would then have to do 6 divided by 9.
Why would you know like which one's gonna work? Like,
If you start with this one on the left, you have to start with this one on the right.
but I'm trying to say like,
I understand and I'm answering your question. You're just refusing to listen to my answer. If you start over here with x divided by 12, that means that when you come to your other side, you have to start over here with this. You have to come back to this triangle first.
She said that was
so which ones do you always have to start with?
It doesn't matter.
So it doesn't matter, you still get the right.
That's why you
What did I do in a past life to deserve this?
It's confusing.
You probably were.
I must have been Hitler.
That's why I'm know.
Something like this is torture. This is. All right, I love y'all like sliced bread. Help me figure this one out.
I got it.
All right, tell me, Blake.
I got x divided
X divided by 20 equals. Good, take a point. Now, he started with a triangle on the right. Is that okay?
Yes.
Yes, it does not matter as long as you start in the same place on both sides of your proportion. All right, number 9. How would we set up that proportion? Sebastian, can you set up number 9 for me?
Yes. 20 divided by x.
Huh?
Oh,
Number 9?
Oh, my bad. I was doing number 9.
You're excited, it's fine.
4 divided by 3 equals 3 divided by x.
Good. Ooh, also, this is also on page 50. Also, 10, 11, and 12 are on page 50 as well. So before you ask me how to do those, I want you to look at page 50 and find a problem that looks like those.
Good.
And then work them out. I'm not doing any more with you until we finish the front page. Alright, on number 10,
54.6.
that's the angle bisector problem at the bottom, where we had to subtract the n or the x. So if this whole thing is 46.8 and this is n, that means that this is 46.8 minus n. Okay? So that means that you would do 42 divided by 36 equals n divided by 46.8 minus n.
Okay, so I switched.
Which part?
No, I did it a different way.
It's okay.
Turn.
Yeah. Yes, you can use the x instead of n. It's not, but okay. Do you think it's funny that someone that can speak a different language than you is trying to help you speak your native language of English? Because I find it hilarious.
That's what I was gonna say. 'Cause I'm just like, that ain't even your first language. How you gonna?
Alright, if this part is 10 and this whole thing is 15, what's our baby part right here?
Let's say 468 or 4.8.
You've been revoked of your name. Now you just hear it. It's a lie.
It says
You're not showing.
468. That was number me.
Alright, if this whole part is 160 and this is 100, what's our baby side?
60.
Oh.
We're going to look at the dilations together,
10,
Grace.
Bobby got, 10, 15 got left.
Yes. You don't have to yell. If you would turn your music off,
Oh, no, I ain't got no
right, but you don't have to yell. We are right here in a room that echoes. Alright, I need you to hurry up and work these out so we can look at the back before you leave me.
Okay, so I do
Yeah, I really
x
need
and
help.
13. X
Divided by
13.
equals.
You know what?
10 divided by 5.
Okay.
Who can set up the proportion for number 12 for us?
I can.
Alright, Grace.
100 divided by 60.
Oh crap! Oh
It
Lord.
was 110 divided by.
Oh, okay, I got that right.
Yep. There's another way that you can do it too. So just remember, your proportion needs to multiply the same when you multiply it out. Okay.
I was just gonna ask what page 17.
17 through 19 are the parallel line ones. So that's page 48A. You just have to make them parallel and then fill in the pieces that they give you. Those are great problems. All you have to do is fill in the pieces that they give you.
So they're just like on the other side.
Yep.
It's always a bad.
Miss Asbury. Are you gonna get that? I'm gonna make it.
We're going to talk about the dilations.
Yeah, I really do.
Yeah. Because the ones that we worked on and the ones that we practiced were on perfect coordinates where we could do A prime divided by A. These are not perfect coordinates.
Oh, I just tried to flip it around.
So I'm going to show you how to do this.
I also don't like how it's A, B, C, and then it's D, E, F.
When it should be A to B. And it's not primes.
No.
Same. Yes, you're going to have to watch the video tonight to get the rest.
Take it off.
Tyler, sweet Jesus, son, come on.
Look, trying to see what I could.
I know, he's not mine to check it.
Wait, I'm confused.
Just flip it.
Whoa, where?
I'm talking about 12. 100 R.
100 is hard.
What?
Talking about 100 is hard.
Wait, what?
But I don't know why.
What's the 100 and R together?
Sounds like my dog.
I cross multiply.
Can you do one
I
of
know
these?
that's what I'm saying.
I'm about to. You cross multiply.
That's what I'm saying.
Huh?
I don't understand where you're confused.
We've done this on every problem.
Hold on.
Sarah, we've done this for every problem.
I know.
Not switching.
Y'all, I can't hear him, and he's hollering.
It's just a different letter right here. That's it.
I'm asking.
You could have got a black headband.
All right. So what we're trying to do here is we're trying to determine whether it's a dilation, if it's an enlargement or a reduction. Now what we're going to do is we're going to call this one A and we're going to call this one B. Now, does it get bigger or does it get smaller from A to B?
Smaller.
So that is a reduction.
That's all you do.
We're not done.
Just like a brick.
Read the question.
This is the assignment table.
It says determine whether the dilation from A to B is an enlargement or reduction. We did that. Then find the scale factor of the dilation. Now we know that we divide our dilated one by the original. So how many units? Let's count the one that goes from a point to a point. So how many units is it from D to F?
4.
Okay, so 4 divided by, what side matches up with DF over here? Okay, how many units is AC?
8.
AC.
And what is 4 divided by 8 reduced to?
1/2.
Wait.
4 eighths does not reduce to 2. If you have 4 cheeseburgers and 8 people, everybody is not eating. 1/2.
I have a question.
Also, because they go
Yes.
for
Where did you get the 8 from? Oh, you just.
I counted from A to C.
Okay.
So that's okay. For this one, we did DF divided by AC.
Why don't you get 2/4? You can
Can you always do that, or it's just like from
Yep.
B to B?
Yep.
You
Oh,
try
2/4
no.
reduced in 1/2.
Oh, so that's the answer.
Yes.
It asks you to find the scale factor. We found the scale factor. What do you need? And why do you keep saying my name over and over and over? And why is Ari on Snapchat? Because clearly she wants me to get on it.
My English teacher was texting me my notification pop on.
That's on the person front.
That's not Snapchat.
Your English teacher got your Snapchat? That's crazy.
That's crazy. Just had to remind about the test
On
tomorrow.
Snapchat?
Trey, what do you...
Oh.
Just...
He got Snapchat?
I got 2/4. I never used the
That update crazy.
Yes. Okay, let's look at 14. Now, these are diagonals, so we don't want to worry about those, but we can count from G to J. So, how many units is it from G to J? 8? And how many units is it from L to N? I got 4. And that reduces to 1/2.
Are they all like this? No, just he would know. 1/2.
What, Raven? Okay. All right, let's count right here for this B. This is a reduction.
It's a reduction. Oh.
Wait, why didn't you write it down? Which one was that one?
Because it didn't give me which one was A and which one was B, and it made me violent.
But. I thought that was an enlargement.
No, number 4 is.
We're going from A to B. Right? A to B. So we're getting smaller. Now count how many units B is.
4. I got 5.
I got
5 divided by 4.
And then how many units is A?
5.
Oh, that's a.
I did it the other way. How do you know which one to do first? Because I got 5 divided by 4.
The prom. Yeah.
prime with the prime number.
Oh, A prime.
All right, on this one, I would count the units of the diagonal in the middle.
Are they all reduction?
These are.
That's a large one. No, I'm talking about
Is it just 2?
1/2.
We can't do it.
1/2. It's a reduction. It's 1/2.
So how do you know which goes on top?
Because it says A to B, so you would do B divided by A. I just answered that a second ago. Alright, let's look at 17.
it's not getting smaller though.
It says refer to the map at the right or below. 3rd Avenue and 5th Avenue are parallel. So put the triangles on those avenues. Mazzaro, you're going to miss this explanation and then you're going to be confused. All right, it says if the distance to from 3rd Avenue to City Mall along State Street, so that's this one, is 3,201 feet. It wants us to find the distance between 5th Avenue and the City Mall along Union Street. So this is our X. Now, it's one of those parallel problems. If this is 1056, what is this part right here?
What's 56 percent?
2145.
Is there something in your lap that is very interesting?
Sean Paul.
Alright, so what is this one? What is this section? 2145. Okay. So we would do X divided by 2145 equals 1162 divided by 1056. Because you do 3201 divided by 1056 minus. Because it gives us the whole, and we have to take that part away, and Haley's going to get off her phone.
On the calculator.
Can you get a calculator so I don't think you're on your phone?
In that cabinet.
The second file cabinet. The second cabinet. Like this, yeah. The first one is mine. Nope, go to the cabinet. Yep. I'm going to make a sign that says student supplies up there. Bless you.
You vicious.
It was a big number, right?
Yes, it will be, because we in feet driving down the road. It is a big number, and it may be a decimal, so everybody breathe, because remember, the whole length of this street was 3,000 feet, so we're going to get a big number, guys.
You get 2360.2.
I don't know, maybe.
Okay.
Yes. Next Wednesday.
For us.
When are grades due to me? Any makeup work? Wednesday.
I have my fishy.
When is your packet due?
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow. When is your test?
Tomorrow.
When's your notebook test?
Tomorrow.
Next week.
Can I come Monday and make up my test?
0 period. Mañana.
So do I do, that's going to be an Excel.
Yep.
And then I do
No, you could just do X divided by this equals this divided by this.
Why they got a sound?